I spoke earlier about the power of words and how words can impact or perhaps influence us, change us. But words also, if we are not discerning, if we're not mindful, words can also crush us if we allow them. Who here can relate to that mind chatter, how we speak to ourselves? Sometimes we are critical, and we wouldn't speak to a friend in that way, and we wouldn't speak to a child in that way. But sometimes these thoughts, this negative chatter that we allow to flood our brains with, I do it sometimes. But the important thing is to be aware. Who here has often said to themselves, I'm not good enough, I can't do this, it's too much. Compared to so-and-so, it's not going to work. Why bother? Anyone? It's called being human. It's called, it's a natural thought process sometimes. But the good news is I do it. I do it if I get stuck with a chapter. I do it sometimes if the storyline isn't quite flowing as I would like. We all do it. But what we need to be aware of, thoughts become things. What we focus on happens. Because we're like mirrors, and what we put out there comes right back at us. It's almost like a boomerang. Whoa. But we can flip it. We can flip it by being more mindful, by being more aware. Awareness is number one. This is what I've learned. And you know what? Breathing is good. Breathing is very good. If you can take a couple of deep breaths in through the nose, out through the nose, 3, you're actually pulling yourself back to center. What I also have learned to do at times like that, whether you're studying, you've got deadlines, you have projects to hand in, whatever, I often say, thank you, but not now. So immediately you are pushing that negativity away. You're giving that space. And sometimes, when my brain becomes very fudgy, I push myself away from my desk. I stand up, and I actually have a big bold sign to my right on a notice board above my laptop. And I say, what can I, and only I do, right now, that's going to move me forward? Now sometimes that might be going away, making a cup of tea, sitting quietly. Other times it might be taking a walk around the block. And if you have time, you might go for a little run. And sometimes it's just getting quiet again and just being aware again. It's important that we embrace being different. It's okay to be different. It's also okay to stand in your light of who you are. Be proud of who you are. And why wouldn't you be your own cheerleader? We're not in competition. Why would you compare yourself? And my thinking is, if you're beating yourself up now, if you're comparing yourself now, what's going to happen as you go forward into whatever career path or whatever life you choose, moving on from here? Because you may find that you have, in university, there are other female students you studying with, who perhaps have traveled more, have more experience. Surely it's better to embrace what you can learn from them. You may have female bosses going forward. Together, there is strength. Collectively, we have the opportunity of supporting each other, motivating each other, helping each other. And together, anything is possible. Anything.